guys, Lauren here. Welcome to the second episode of Kpop Kafe. I am so excited. As you can see, I am dressed very smart. I've got my hat, I've got my smart shirt, I've got my tie, I've got my pants. So can you guess what we're going to be making today? Well, you've probably actually already seen from the title, so my guessing game is a fail. We are going to be celebrating the release of Girls' Generation song Mr.Mr. by making my brand new recipe Mr.Mr. Mango Muffins. I am so excited. These are going to be so delicious. And we are going to be using 9 ingredients because there are 9 members of Girls' Generation. And this episode is going to have a bit of an exciting twist in that each ingredient will represent a member of Girls' Generation. So we're bringing all the members together in one bowl to create the final product. So I am so excited. I can't wait to get started. Let's do this thing. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start by going through the ingredients you need today to make Mr.Mr. Mango Muffin. 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and finally, last but not least, the most important ingredient, mango pulp, 1 to 1.5 cups. From 1 to 2 very ripe mangoes. So the first thing we're going to do, if you remember from last time, we're going to mix all the dry ingredients first in a bowl, which is the flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, and cinnamon. The first ingredient we have is flour. Now this is going to be Miss Tae-yeon. She is the oldest member of the group, and a lot of people see her as the leader of the group, kid leader Tae-yeon. So she is going to be the basis and the foundation of these muffins. So we're just going to pop Tae-yeon into this bowl to get started. Next we're going to add the sugar, which will be Hyo-yeon, because it's a well-known fact that Miss Hyo-yeon has quite the sweet tooth. And here we have a whole cup of sugar to make Hyo-yeon happy, so we're just going to pop her in here. Okay, next over here we have the little 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which is such a little bit of ingredient. Can you guess which member this will represent? This will be Sunny, because it's just an itsy bitsy little bit of salt. It is the smallest amount of all the ingredients. And Sunny is the littlest member of Girls' Generation, so she's going to add just this little bit of salt, but will have a big impact into the bowl. Next we're going to add the cinnamon. Now cinnamon is quite a spicy ingredient, so this will be representing Hyo-yeon. She is quite a spicy member of Girls' Generation. What with all her piercings on show all the time, she doesn't really care what people think, so she's going to be adding a little bit of spice to the mango muffins. And finally we're going to add the 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Now this is going to represent Yuna. Yuna is known to be one of the big eaters of the group. She is able to eat as much as she likes without worrying. A metabolism straight from God. So she's going to be adding the biggest heap of all the ingredients. Most of the stuff has just been 1 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon. She's coming in with 4 teaspoons, baby. Okay, and then we're just going to mix it all together until you can see everything is sort of even. Okay, and I think that's fine for the dry ingredients. Next we're going to be mixing up the wet ingredients. First we're going to start with the itsy bitsy little 1 egg. And this is going to represent So-hyun because she is an only child. So she's going to be the 1 little egg in the mixture. I can bake nicely, but I never said I didn't get messy along the way. Next we're going to bring Jessica into the mixture. She is known to absolutely hate cucumbers. One random little fact about her, I think you're probably learning quite a lot about Girls' Generation during this video as well. Double whammy. So because she absolutely hates cucumbers, we are going to give her a nice fat dose of vegetable oil, just to irritate her a little bit. So let's add that into the bowl with the egg. Okay, and next we're going to add the milk. Now, Tae-yeon once had a bad bout of insomnia, and this is a very, very random fact, but it's appropriate for the recipe. And Yuri brought her milk to help her sleep. So Yuri was the hero who brought the milk, so she's also going to be the hero for this recipe. So here comes Yuri with the milk. And again, we're just going to mix that together until you can see it's even enough. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Just make a little hole in the middle and then pour it in there. And then start mixing up. And once again, how do we pass the time? Okay, so I think that's enough. We're really getting some cardio into this baking session. I think we're definitely going to deserve to eat a couple of these muffins after this. So the mixture so far is looking a little something like this. Nice and moist, nice texture. Now we can get to the main event, which is putting the main ingredient in. The mango! It looks a little something like this once it's been mashed up and reduced to pulp and juice. And this is going to represent, last but not least, Tiffany, who's going to be very optimistic and bright and happy all the time, so it would make sense that she, in this case, should be the main ingredient that adds the flavor that's going to make us so happy. So we're going to add that into our final mixture. And we're going to mix that up now that all 9 members of Girls' Generation have been included in the recipe. Okay, now I'm going to use a whisk again so I can make sure the mango is all fully mixed up. So now you're going to fill the greased muffin tins or the muffin packets with the mixture to about 2/3 full, because you've got to remember it's going to rise. So let's do that. So I think these are ready to go in the oven. I still have quite a lot of batter left over, so it looks like I am going to be making a second batch. But for now, let's get started with this one. So I have already preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm not in America, so. And let's pop them in. You really should do that with an oven glove. I was being very irresponsible there. Do it with an oven glove. You're going to leave them in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can check on them at 15 minutes. If they're still not ready, then leave it for another 5. You'll know it's ready if you poke it with a fork or a skewer and it comes out clean. Clean meaning it doesn't have any batter on it at all. If it has like a little bit of soft crumbs, that's fine, because that means it's nice and soft. You don't want to overcook it so the muffins are hard. Okay, so I'm going to leave them in there and find something to do while we wait.
Let's go! 뭘 걱정하는데 넌 Let go! 뭐가 또 두려운데 재고 또 죄다 늦어버려 Oh 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 Mr.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
So if you haven't yet seen my proper dance cover of Mr.Mr, you should go and do that. I will put the link somewhere in the vicinity of the screen. Woo! Okay, so finally these are ready. I am exhausted from so much dancing. So this is what they look like. I still have another batch to make. I still have a lot of batter. But now we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so I made 2 batches. I made half of them in muffin packets and I made the other half without, so they're just normal muffins. Now you're probably wondering, how are these Mr. mango muffins? These look a bit plain, how do we make them exciting? And that's where we bring in the cupcake bling. If you want, you can make icing to put on the muffins and then put the cupcake bling on, but I don't really want to put icing on muffins. I think icing is more something for cupcakes and cake. I want these to be nice, scrumptious muffins, but I want them to look a bit blingy. So the trick, if you want to do that, pick your colour. I'm going to take blue here, And all you're going to do is literally push them into the muffins. So you're making like a little dent and you're just pushing it inside like that. And you're going to do this on all of them. It might take a while. I'll just do this one to show you. And you can put more than one color on a muffin. So it really looks like Mr.Mr. mango muffins. Lots of glitz and glam and color. And you just carry on like that. So as you can see, it's going to take quite a while to do all of them, but I have ended up doing a few just to show you. So this is a way to get away with decorating cakes and muffins without having to use icing. So as you can see, I've literally just pushed the cupcake bling and made holes in the muffin like so. Here's an example of a bigger one. I didn't get very far with this one, but I mean, if you've got hours to spend, you can decorate all of them. And it looks really pretty and blingy and glitz and glam, and it tastes really good. And these are your Mr.Mr. mango muffins. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you check out my dance channel as well, as you saw a little teaser of me dancing earlier on in my kitchen. And I hope you subscribe to that channel as well. And I hope you keep watching, and we'll see what new K-pop release comes out next. I have a couple more ideas of things to do, and if you have any ideas of what you want me to bake or what you think I should bake, be sure to let me know. And I will see you next time. Bye! In goes Sylvia. Okay, there's something about this egg. It's got like red stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get another egg. Okay, and I think these are. Whoa, that okay was really quite high in pitch.